Hey, it's Matt. Welcome to the first Adobe Photoshop for Beginners tutorial. Today I'm just going to do a real quick explanation of the layers in Adobe Photoshop. Won't go into too much detail because there's a lot of different buttons that do different things. We'll just explain quickly the basic buttons so that you can start messing around. I already have Photoshop open and I have started a new project, and I have created 3 of my own layers for this example to try and help show you what I'm talking about a little bit easier. So basically this right here is your layers panel, and when you open Photoshop it is defaulted to sit right here underneath of these other little boxes here that we'll get to in another tutorial. Currently I have 3 layers. I have an A layer, a B layer, and a C layer. And these little icons right here, they're little eyeballs, they mean that these layers are currently visible. Now you don't actually see layers B and C because right now it is being covered by layer A. That is because layer A is on the top. So if you were to just think about this, if you had 3 photos actually printed out on paper, they're all the same size, and you set them one on top of the other and set it on your desk, you would not see the lowest photo because it's covered by the others. And that's basically how layers work in Photoshop or any other design animation software that comes from Adobe. Most of them use the layers workflow. Now, when I turn off layer A, you'll see that you can see B. When I turn off layer B, you can see that there is actually layer C there. So they're all there, you just can't see them because they're covered up. It's that simple. Right here, you have your opacity, which you could, if you wanted to, your top layer to be semi-transparent, you still wanted some of it to show up, but you wanted it to be see-through. You can either click and type in whatever number you want, 0 to 100, it's in percent, or you can actually hover over opacity and you can see the little icon that comes up, and you can actually click and drag from left to right. And you'll see it actually start. It's a little different. You can start changing. You can go all the way down to 0%, which means obviously that you can't see it. And it starts to do that. Down here at the bottom of the layers panel, you have your little buttons for different things in the layers panel. This garbage can is what it looks like. It's throwaway. You can either click it, select a layer, and click the garbage can, and it'll ask you if you want to delete the layer, and you can just click yes and it'll delete it. Or if you'd like, you can just click and drag and drop on the garbage can, it'll delete the layer. And this one is a create new layer button, which is also really important. Let's say we've done the work that we want to do on these, and I want to create a D layer. So I would click on that, and it's going to create a new layer that has nothing in it. See, when I turn the picker off and I turn it back on again, you can't see anything because there's nothing there. But what I'm going to do is, I have this little layer, and I'll just do the same thing I did before. I'll just click on my little color box over here, and I'll just drag this to whatever color I want. We'll do yellow. We don't have a yellow one. And I'll just click OK, and then I will I'll get the paint bucket tool, which basically will just fill the entire layer with color. And I'll just click on it, and see now that layer is turned yellow. So when I turn it on and off, you can see that there's that 4th layer. So it's pretty simple. And that's pretty much, all about layers. I mean, minus some of these other extra transfer mode buttons, transfer mode right here, which can get a little, confusing just for a beginner. So I'd suggest just start messing with these layers and use your erase tool. You can try all sorts of different little things. Like if you want to erase through this top layer, you want to leave some of the top layer, but you want to see a little bit through to the next layer, that sort of thing. And now I'm going to erase a little bit of this one so you can see through to the green. And I'll erase a little bit of the green right here so you can see through to the blue. So that's pretty much how layers work. You can see the letters coming through right there. It's real simple. Generally, that's how I edit my photos. I'll open a photo, and let's say if it's a photo of me with a background, and I want the background to be darker than myself, what I'll do is I'll erase the background out of one layer of my photo, and I'll erase the person out of the other layer. And then I'll just adjust them, and that's how it works. So thanks for watching.